The Jets need a head coach. Jets need a general manager. Jets may need a quarterback next year. What's the future look like? If you had a crystal ball right now, what's the future look like for the Jets?
There's a lot of unknown. I think that's the best way to say it, Mike. And as much as Aaron Rodgers may have contemplated the different directions this thing could go, whether he's in the darkness or, doing some of his plant medicine or whatever and thinking about all these things, the journey didn't look like this in his mind. I guarantee you that. There was no way he was fathoming being 3-8 at the bye. The head coach and GM have been fired, and we're all talking about whether or not he's going to retire after the season. Here's the hard reality for Aaron Rodgers. He turns 41 next month. And right now, not only is he not prime Aaron Rodgers, who won 4 NFL MVPs, he's not even a good NFL quarterback at this point. He has struggled. There are things happening right now, and whether it is physical, whether it is mental, whether it's the emotional toll of just this snowball rolling the wrong way, the wrong direction down the hill, Aaron Rodgers doesn't look right. And it's a hard thing for the Jets or anybody else to figure out exactly why that is. They do have him under contract for next season. They also can cut him and basically be out from under the contract immediately. For a long time, Mike, if you go back through time, Hall of Fame quarterbacks, they generally walked away. And there's a long line of this at 37 or 38 years old. Almost everybody walked at that age. There were guys like Warren Moon who played longer. Obviously, George Blanda, but he was mostly a kicker toward the end. Then Brett Favre played till 40. But Brett Favre's age 40 season was not good. He got the most durable quarterback in NFL history, got knocked out of 3 games with the Vikings after deciding to come back after that magical 2009 season, right up until he threw the interception. That's the guy that Aaron Rodgers grew up watching, and his career in so many ways, including going to the Jets at the end, has mirrored Brett Favre's career. I don't know what Aaron Rodgers' intentions are. I'm not sure anybody will fully know what his intentions are until he decides to reveal them to the world. But I think that it would be really hard right now, based on what's on tape, to find many, if any, teams going, you know what, if Aaron Rodgers does become available, I'd want that guy as my starting quarterback at age 41, 42 in 2025.
Wow, yeah, we were just discussing that Brett Favre's not. Aaron Rodgers is not that guy anymore. Maybe he's the last piece of the puzzle on a great team somewhere, but not the guy that's going to get you over the hump. I mean, not everybody has.
But is he even the last piece? That's the thing, Mike. Like, we're not talking about, is he still a top 5, top 10 quarterback? I think there's a real question of, is he one of the 32 best quarterbacks right now? I mean, statistically, you look at it and you just watch the games. He's missing throws. Again, is it in there somewhere? Maybe, but it's not coming out. And it's confounding to the people in the building. It's confounding to those of us. Listen, I covered Aaron in his early days. He's still the greatest practice player I've ever seen. He's been freaky in terms of the things that he could do, flicking the ball on the run and all that. Well, some of that got taken away in terms of just getting older, coming off the Achilles. He's not able to extend those plays. When he's done it this season, he's gotten absolutely drilled into the turf. And when he's playing from within the pocket, he's just flat missing throws that we didn't see before. Again, is that physically he's worn down? Is there some type of a mental block from the fact that, missing the entire 2023 season and then coming back and maybe not totally trusting your body? I don't know. I think that Aaron Rodgers is very much in his head. I don't think anybody else is in his head right now. He's going to have decisions to make, but the bigger decisions is for the Jets and the rest of the NFL. Do you want to bring in 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers in 2025, or does he take that out of the equation and say, you know what, no matter what I've said in the past, like, I feel it. I wanted to give it one more run. It didn't work out, and I'm going to disappear into the darkness.
I think you make a really good point, both from a physical and a mental standpoint. As somebody that's had 2 Achilles injuries, obviously, I've never played in the NFL as a quarterback or whatnot, but both mentally and physically, it's hard to come back after just 1 year, especially to play on that level. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that maybe his best days are definitely behind him, but I think he's still a serviceable quarterback in the National Football League with the right team in the right situation. The Jets, obviously not the right situation.
They got to bye this week, 6 weeks to go. They're still mathematically alive. If they win 6 in a row, you get to 9-8. You at least, have a chance.
Stop. I'm not even going to let you finish that.
Can he find it? Can he find something? Let's see. If it looks exactly the same when they come back, Mike, in week 13, I just don't know that it's there. And again, the Aaron Rodgers experience is something that, the Jets were going along with right up until, the point at which he wasn't able to, to play at the same level anymore. Is another team going to want to go down that road? There may be a situation out there. If he wants to play, he's a Hall of Famer. He's got 4 NFL MVPs. I just don't know really what you're getting at this point, or what type of team is going, you know what, we want to bring all that onto our roster right now. Well,
maybe Woody Johnson should coach the team too, because he wanted to bench him after 4 games, according to the reports out there. So who knows? But
yeah, that's a whole other thing. With listen, Woody's the owner of the team. He's allowed to ask questions. There's a lot of times in meetings where he's asking hard questions of people, or challenging people's perceptions here, but this was not like an out of the ordinary type of a thing. Woody has a lot of meetings. The fact that he's having a meeting with his coordinators the day after a loss, that's unusual. These are all questions as they're searching for a GM and a head coach that people are going to have about just the environment in the building. Woody quite possibly will not be in the building much come 2025 if he rejoins the incoming presidential administration, because he was the ambassador to the UK back in Trump's first stint as the president. So there's a lot of moving parts for the Jets at every level right now. His brother, Christopher Johnson, when he was running the team, did by all accounts a really good job. He's a very different personality than Woody Johnson, but we have to see how some of those things play out. But yeah, I mean, if they're beginning a GM search right now and then a head coaching search, one of the first questions is, what's happening with Aaron? And, again, a lot of things can happen. We've seen stranger things in this league, but it's hard to imagine that plan A right now is, we're going to run it back again.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.